Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood and misused data sources in vaccine discourse: the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, or VAERS. This passive surveillance system has been weaponized by anti-vaccine activists to make claims that completely misrepresent what the data actually shows and means. VAERS was created to detect potential safety signals that warrant investigation. It's deliberately designed to be over-inclusive, accepting any report of anything that happens after vaccination, regardless of whether there's evidence of causation. Anyone can submit a report: physicians, patients, family members, even complete strangers. Reports don't require medical confirmation. There's no verification process. This design is intentional. Better to capture everything and sort through it later than to miss a genuine safety signal through overly restrictive reporting requirements. But this design creates enormous potential for misinterpretation. Raw VAERS data includes reports of purely coincidental events. The person who had a heart attack 3 days after vaccination was having a heart attack regardless. It just happened to occur after they got vaccinated. It includes reports where temporal association creates false suspicion. It even includes deliberately fraudulent reports. Anti-vaccine activists have openly admitted to submitting false reports to inflate VAERS numbers, and the system's open access nature makes this possible. There's a famous VAERS report of someone turning into the Incredible Hulk after vaccination. Obviously fictional, but it made it into the database because VAERS accepts all reports. This illustrates the lack of verification. The system was never designed to establish causation, only to flag patterns for investigation. Here's how actual vaccine safety monitoring works. VAERS reports trigger formal investigations using rigorous epidemiological methods. Researchers conduct case control studies or cohort studies with proper control groups, controlling for confounding variables. They compare adverse event rates in vaccinated populations to baseline rates in comparable unvaccinated populations. They look for dose-response relationships and biological plausibility. Most reported associations are found to be coincidental after this rigorous analysis. The confirmed vaccine adverse events from this process are extremely rare. Myocarditis following mRNA vaccines in young males occurs in roughly 1 in 10 to 20,000, is usually mild, and resolves with standard treatment. Anaphylaxis occurs in about 5 per million doses and is manageable when appropriate protocols are followed. Thrombosis with thrombocytopenia following certain vaccines prompted regulatory responses. These real, rare events were identified through proper analysis, not by treating raw VAERS data as proof. But anti-vaccine activists present VAERS completely differently. They'll say VAERS shows X thousand deaths after vaccination, as if that's proof vaccines killed those people. It's not. It's proof that X thousand deaths were reported as occurring after vaccination, which in populations of hundreds of millions is statistically inevitable based on baseline mortality rates alone. Proper interpretation requires asking, do events occur more frequently in vaccinated populations than expected based on baseline rates? For nearly all VAERS reports, the answer is no. Observed rates are at or below expected baseline, indicating coincidence, not causation. There's also the denominator problem we discussed earlier. 10,000 adverse events sounds alarming without context. 10,000 out of 5 billion doses is 0.0002%, and that's before determining how many are actually causally related rather than coincidental. The broader lesson is about understanding how surveillance systems work. Passive reporting systems like VAERS are hypothesis-generating tools, not proof-establishing tools. They're the beginning of investigation, not the end. Active surveillance and rigorous epidemiological studies determine actual causation. Conflating these fundamentally different types of evidence is either profound misunderstanding or deliberate deception.